Good afternoon. Good afternoon. This is your brother Bob from Bel Maryland. It's good to be here again this Saturday, March 31st, for the OTECH Pros roundtable with the founders around the world. It's good to see everyone. I see in our platform here today we have my OTECH Pro brothers, my brother Vincent, Collins, Oliver, and we have a panel of esteemed guests. I see my sister Comfort, Mr. Peter Rogers, Engineer Mike, my brother Sesh from Germany, Marcien, and of course, Ramadi. So um, these are some exciting times in our amazing journey with OnPassive. Our founder, Mr. Ash, came out at OnPassive 360 on Thursday, and he just put that burning fire in all of us, our hearts. So today, we are not going to spotlight anybody. What we're going to do today is we're going to spotlight the breaking news that Mr. Ash gave us. What is that breaking news? That breaking news of all breaking news, and he told us that this was one of the best times in his life for the past 3 months. Reason being because he told us that we had safeguarded and recovered 100% of all our source codes and our data. That was huge. So we said, okay, let's just focus today on that. Let's discuss the significance of what he means when he talks about us having a full source code recovery and our data. So today we have in our panel, we have the OTECH pros, and we have some other IT guys like my brother Engineer Mike and my brother Serge. We also had our brother Ofe. Ofe, he lives in France, but he's actually visiting he's in Burkina Faso, he's in Ouagadougou, so he has network problems, so he might not join us. So we're expected to hear from him. Serge is going to be speaking in French. He will listen to what our brothers Vincent and especially Collins will say, and then he will try to sum it up in French and then give us his own perspective. So we also have Brother Madi in the house. Brother Madi is a closet IT guy. Is he here or he's gone? Mati is a closet IT guy. Hopefully, he will also give us his perspective. So we're going to begin with our brother Vincent. You see, Vincent is our database expert. He has more than 2 decades of experience when we come to database management and administration, relational RDBMS, relational database management systems. So he understands exactly when Mr. Ash says we have full data recovery. Vincent is the only one who can break it down to us in the most simple terms so that we all understand what that means, what the significance of that is, and what is the impact as we move forward. So I'm going to send it over to my brother Vincent. Vincent, you have the floor.
Well, thank you, Brother Bob. Hello, everyone, all my brothers and sisters in this wonderful panel. And also hello to everyone listening to us across the world. Thank you very much for coming to this great webinar. So today we're talking about data recovery, and then when we come to the source code, my brother Collins will illustrate about that. So I'll concentrate more in the data area, and then Collins will do the source code. So the data recovery, when Mr. Ash was saying about data recovery. So data recovery, what it is exactly is the process of recalling or recovering the data from any source storage media. So if you have your data somewhere, this is how we can do that. Following maybe if we have a data loss, that's how we can do that. And then there's 2 key elements in system of data recovery. We have a backup and then recovery. So they are the essential for safeguarding, restoring data when necessary. So when Mr. I said we have recovered all our database 100%, what this means? This means that everything we have in our ecosystem, like all the product, let's say OConnect, every single email, every single product that we have recorded them, everything. Even our website, all the information from the website, we have the database is the back-end product that we can see physically. That's where all our information are stored. Everything from our name, username, all the product, password, everything is stored in the database. So when you go to the website, the database is sit behind. So when you connect the website, you want any information, the information is retrieved from the database. That's how we get all the information when you are front-end user, like when you are sitting in the front of your computer. So the database behind, so it give you all the information. So Mr. I said, all our information from on passive, everything is restored. What is mean that we get everything, even password, your name, username, everything is restored. It's 100% guaranteed that we didn't have any single penny, anything lost. So everything is there. So we use the power of the backup and the recovery system to get all this information. So all the information are safe in the database. So that means that we store them in a safe place, and then the recovery system makes sure that we get everything properly the way we want to get the information. So we should not worry. And then all the funders, we should be excited about this great news, because when the database is restored 100%, that means every single information on passive is there, and then it's safe for us to retrieve, to do it. Anything Mr. Ash want to do it, you'll get all those information in the database. So we are safe, we are in safe hands. So we should be excited because all the information is in safe and then it's there. So right now, like we say, that information, we can use it and restore in everywhere, any system that Mr. Ash want to do it. So the second phase that Mr. Ash is talking about, that we are happy because we got all the database is restored. That means every single information we still have it there. So when we go to the second phase or anywhere Mr. Ash want to take us to, all the information, all the primary information, all the product, all this, the information of the IT system we hosted for the past 6 years, everything is there. So we should be excited. Nothing is lost. When you go to OES, we get all the wallet, all the information that we have in our wallet. I know some people were worried about nothing's lost, everything's there. When they say the database is there, restore 100%, that means everything. I'm saying, I mean everything. So everything is there. So we didn't anything like people are saying, oh no, our money, ecosystem, everything, the wallet, all the information, everything stay intact. Nothing has changed, nothing is lost, nothing is removed. So all information will be there. So this is guaranteed that the information is in a safe hand. This is the meaning of the 100% of the database. That means all our data, all information, the product, everything concerning on passive, they are stored, is everything's recovered fully. So we should not worry about that as well. So thank you, my brother Bob.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Brother Vincent. That was simple enough for us to understand. So it's saying that everything that we had in our database, in our system, all the data, all the information that we put in, as far as Mr. Ash is concerned, we have recovered everything 100%. So we have it. So before I call my brother Collins, let me also let you guys know that both Collins and Vincent, when they speak about the data and the source code recovery, Oliver and I, we're going to come from a security and compliance perspective to show you, so we see how everything, comes together, what Mr. Ash has done. So as far as my brother Collins is concerned, we all know Collins is inside, he's actually, amongst all of us, he's the only one that is inside a shop that is doing exactly what OnPassive is doing, building applications. So I want to talk about application development. It is the code that is behind the scenes. It is a source code, the code that is running behind the scenes, that we see what we see. So that is why I want my brother Collins to come now and explain to us what this really means when he says that we have 100% of our source code. What does that really entail, and what does it take, Collins? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Brother Bob. Today is a lovely Saturday, and normally there is every reason for us to be very, very excited. One of our worries, always we discuss this, the OTECH Pro, we always discuss this when the system was shut down by whoever did it. I said those who did it will pay dearly. Our worries was how are we going to recover the code and the database, all the data. That was our worries, that if we lost this, then it's finished. Because just imagine, like Vincent said, you go to your wallet, say those who have something, and then there is no money there. There is nothing, no figure, nothing. There is no way they can retrieve. Say if they lost everything, there is no way they can say, oh, Peter Richard has this, Colin has this amount. No way, there is nothing. Even if you bring it, there is no proof, because that is data, as Vincent said. Now, let's look at the source code. What is really a source code? Why is it important? We're talking about source code, which is the fundamental component of a computer programs, which is developed by the engineers, like the developers. Let's look at where ONPASI, we said ONPASI will be there for the past 6 years. And what this developer, this programmers, the engineer, they've been doing, they've been building the software from scratch. We know when they started from Calcutta to Bangalore to now Hyderabad, they have been putting all the effort building these programs. You can call it OMail, ONET, OConnect, the whole OES. And all of a sudden, we had this blackout, this shutdown. What happened if we lost all of those information, those code, the programs, and there is no backup, there was no backup plan? It means for now, there wouldn't be any ONET, no OES, nothing. Means the hard work they've done for the past 6 years, they have to go and redo it again. Yes, Mr. Akbar has the template, has all the ideas, but we are saying they have to go back and start to rewrite the code, the programs again. And to write it is not easy, because it comes with a lot of stuff, a lot of, maybe things will change because the way they write it last time, because they've already lost all the baseline. What will happen then? They have to start to write it again from scratch. That is massive. It means all of us founders, what will happen? We have to wait again for 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't know how long it will take them to get to where we are today. And that's why when Ash made this statement that we have 100% recovery of the source code and the data, it calls for celebration. It is not about the infrastructure doesn't matter. Yes, it costs money, but infrastructure doesn't matter if you've lost your data and you've lost your code, because code is the program. The product that we are seeing, that is code. And the data, our information goes to the database. That is also something massive. And these things they have gathered for the past 6 years. And then in the twinkle of an eye, bam, it disappeared. And then there is no way you can retrieve it. What happened then? What happened? It means we don't have any business. There is no business. But thank God, Mr. I said, we have got it back 100%. It calls for celebration, because infrastructure, they can get it again. So my brother Bob, I will leave it there. Maybe that's the only explanation I can give.
Perfect. And that's the most simple way in which we can put it. The source code is the program that is running, that they develop behind the scene. Then the data, now when the program is up and running, the information that you put in is that data. So we have everything. So I'm going to call on my brother Serge. Serge is joining us from Germany. Serge is also an IT guy, so we all know, and he has an understanding of what is going on. But I want Serge to speak in French, to combine what both Vincent and Collins have said, to just say it in French summarily, and then give us your own perspective of what you think has happened when Mr. Ash says what he said. Thank you, Serge.
You are muted, Serge.
You are muted, Serge. Okay.
Ok, d'accord. Merci beaucoup. Je disais que je m'appelle Serge. My name is Serge. I'm from Ivory Coast, but I'm living in Germany. I'm here for the French-speaking people. Ok, donc je suis là pour traduire un peu tout ce que mes frères viennent de dire. Nous sommes dans la technologie de l'information et surtout, et comme vous le savez, après le passage de H, il y a eu une euphorie maintenant parce que il y a des informations, il y a une très belle information qui a été annoncée par H, qui a été délivrée par H. Et Vincent a parlé de cette information et puis mon frère Collins aussi vient de parler de cette information. C'est une information très capitale parce que c'est quelque chose de très important, comme Collins vient de le dire. Si cette information n'avait pas été là, ça allait être beaucoup difficile. Pourquoi? Parce une entreprise de technologie comme Onde Passive a deux données très importantes. Il y a les codes sources dont Collins a parlé tout à l'heure, et puis les données que mon frère Vincent en a parlé. Et lui, il a parlé de la récupération des données. D'abord, je vais commencer par Collins, ce que Collins a dit. Lorsque vous voyez un logiciel comme OConnect, il y a deux choses qu'il faut remarquer. Il y a d'abord l'interface. L'interface, c'est ce que tout le monde voit. Il faut cliquer ici, ou bien voilà les fonctionnalités, tout et tout ça. Ça, c'est ce que tout le monde voit. Mais à l'intérieur, ou bien quelque chose que nous ne voyons pas, ce sont les codes sources. Ce sont les sources, les codes. Et les codes, c'est la programmation en fait. Vous voyez, c'est la programmation en fait. Et la programmation est très importante. S'il n'y a pas de programmation, on ne peut pas avoir un logiciel. Vous voyez. Et H a dit la dernière fois qu'il était de passage, il a dit que toutes les sources, toutes les codes sources ont été complètement récupérées. Et ça, c'était une très bonne nouvelle. Parce que s'il y a eu la corruption de ces données-là, s'il y a eu aussi les pertes de ces données, alors l'entreprise n'allait pas avoir de logiciel. Parce que sans les codes sources, on ne peut pas avoir de logiciel. Voilà, comme je l'ai dit, l'interface, c'est ce que nous voyons. Mais le cœur du logiciel, ce sont les codes sources. S'il y a des changements à faire, c'est au niveau des codes sources. Donc, la bonne nouvelle est que toutes les codes ont été complètement récupérés. Donc, nous n'avons pas à avoir peur. C'est pour cela qu'il y a cette joie sur notre visage. On peut le remarquer la dernière fois au niveau des H et hier aussi lors de la réunion. Maintenant, Vincent a parlé de la récupération des données. Les données, c'est quoi en fait? Lorsque un logiciel est en train d'être utilisé, ça génère des données. Les données, ça peut être lors de la manipulation ou bien lors de l'utilisation, tout ce qui nous concerne ou bien tout ce que nous avons utilisé ce logiciel-là pour faire. Par exemple, les données sur, je dirais, les informations sur une personne, ou bien s'il y a eu une interaction. Tout ça, c'est ce qu'on appelle les données. Et les données peuvent être corrompues, peuvent être perdues. Et si ces données sont corrompues ou perdues, alors nous avons une perte très énorme. Et donc, Vincent a expliqué que la récupération de ces données-là, c'est un processus très essentiel, très capital, et que lorsque H dit que nous avons récupéré les 100% de ces données, alors ça signifie que toutes nos informations, les informations des ambassadeurs, je dirais les affiliés, je ne dirais pas les ambassadeurs parce que quand on dit les ambassadeurs, c'est seulement une seule partie, mais les informations de tous ceux qui sont connectés à Onde Passive ont été complètement récupérées. Et là, il n'y a aucune perte. Voilà, donc pour le moment, c'est ce que je peux dire en français sur tout ce que mes frères ont dit.
All right. Is there anything you need to tell us in English, Vincent, what he said, or we are good to go?
No, Serge, your perspective, and then I will translate.
Yes. Serge, you have your own perspective, and then we can.
Voilà. Voilà, ce que je peux dire, c'est que au niveau des sources, des codes sources, c'est très important parce que j'étais un peu dans la programmation et ces sources sont très importantes parce que la plupart du temps, il y a des modules qu'on programme. C'est-à-dire, un logiciel est composé de plusieurs parties. Et toutes ces parties-là doivent fonctionner ensemble. Et s'il y a une corruption ou bien s'il y a eu un module qui est perdu ou bien qui a été effacé, dans ce cas, ça devient très difficile. Le logiciel ne va pas fonctionner correctement comme il se doit. Soit le logiciel ne va même pas fonctionner, ou bien ça va fonctionner avec des défaillances. Donc, quand moi, j'ai été vraiment très heureux lorsque H est sorti et qu'il a dit que nous avons récupéré toutes les sources. Parce que malgré que l'avant-dernière fois, il a dit que voilà, tout se passe bien, tout et tout. Mais moi, personnellement, j'avais une petite inquiétude au niveau des sources, des codes sources au niveau des logiciels. Parce que je me disais, OK, s'il y a eu tous ces problèmes-là dans l'entreprise, est-ce que l'entreprise serait capable de récupérer toutes ces sources-là? Parce que nous ne parlons pas de seulement 30 logiciels ou bien 50 logiciels, mais je suis sûr que nous sommes maintenant dans la soixantaine. Voilà, dans la soixantaine de logiciels. Est-ce que, avec tout ce qui s'est passé, est-ce que l'entreprise allait pouvoir récupérer ou bien retrouver toutes ces données? Parce que si on ne retrouvait pas toutes ces données, ces codes sources-là, c'est-à-dire que les logiciels n'existeraient plus et donc les ingénieurs allaient se mettre encore au travail pour réfléchir encore comment on appelle, programmer encore chaque logiciel. Et ça allait mettre du temps. Ça allait peut-être mettre peut-être 2 ans, 3 ans, parce que c'est un travail de 6 ans. Ça allait peut-être mettre 2 ans à 3 ans encore. Donc là, franchement, c'était mon inquiétude. Et ma deuxième inquiétude, c'était aussi au niveau des données dont a parlé Vincent. Je me suis posé la question, oui, nous allons aller en ligne encore, online, en ligne. Mais est-ce que les données de chaque personne, de chaque individu, de chaque affilié en concernant les commissions, concernant voilà, ceux qui sont ceux qui ont des groupes, ceux qui sont dans ces groupes-là, est-ce que tout ça allait être récupéré et fonctionner normalement? Donc, on faisait les émissions, bien sûr, on était dans la joie, mais derrière, dans ma tête, il y avait une petite inquiétude. Donc, j'ai été vraiment très heureux avant-hier lorsque H est venu et qu'il a dit que tout a été récupéré. Donc, je me suis dit que, voilà, c'était vraiment un point essentiel, c'est-à-dire un tournant essentiel. Si on ne faisait pas ces récupérations à 100%, on allait franchement attendre encore. Mais l'actualisation, la récupération, les codes sources, des codes sources et puis des données personnelles, des données de toutes des données générées par l'utilisation de ces logiciels a été vraiment efficace. Donc, je suis très heureux et franchement, les ingénieurs ont fait un travail énorme. Merci beaucoup.
Merci, merci, mon frère. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Okay.
Vincent.
Okay, yeah, thank you, my brother Serge. So what Serge said about the source code, he said it's very important here for some module because he worked as a developer before, so he know exactly what happened to the code. So if something happened to one of the module or anything lost, it will be difficult for the software or the application to work properly. So he has two worries. So the first worry was about the source code. So if anything happened to them, we wouldn't be able to do that. So it was worried, how can you get all these source codes back properly and all these over 60 application or product we have, everything can work. So this is one of his worry because you want to make sure that we can get this, because if anything any part of the code is lost, we will not be able to get that application. So this is one worry of Sage. And then the second worry, it was about the data. So the database himself, because everything we do, all application, username, even in our wallet, because I know a lot of people thinking about the wallet, all the money, information, the wallet, everything get lost. So everything is there is intact. So that was his second worry. So he was really happy the other day when Mr. Ash said that we have recovered the source code and then all the information in the database, because that's the two essential for our system. Imagine if we didn't get all this, and then these engineers, they have to go back and work on those systems for they take about 6 years to get all this information. And then imagine if we lost everything, we don't know how long it can take them. Like my brother also Colin said earlier, we don't know how long we take them to get all this back. So now that everything is back and then properly done, since Mr. Ash said that, my brother says it's not anymore worry because everything. He was worried earlier. As an IT engineer, everything is there. So he's happy for this great information. So this is what Serge said. Thank you, Serge.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, Serge. Thanks for that contribution. That's true. What if we had lost some of the data, some of the code? It could take us back 2-3 years, like he said. That is perfectly true. So Mr. Ash said yesterday that our side went down, not by any reason, but it looks like it was a deliberate act. It was some people have lost their jobs. This is very worrisome. It's very worrisome to any company. But when he comes back and tells us that we have recovered everything, 100% of our code, 100% of our data, from a security and compliance perspective, we can see that they have executed an effective business continuity and disaster recovery plan. So I want my brother Oliver to come now and let us look at it now from a broader perspective, how we sit behind the scenes and look at it from a security and compliance perspective. And then I'll come in and add. And then I'll call Engineer Mike to come after to add, and then everybody else in the panel can chime in. So, Brother Oliver, take us. Let's zoom out and look at it as we see it.
Yeah, I want to thank colleagues Vincent and Serge for the wonderful presentation about our database and the source code recovery. And this is something that we really have to celebrate because of the time that it would have taken for us for the 6 years back work, as Serge just put it. So now we are just taking it now from there and run away with it, And when it comes to the security part of it, when you hear the CEO also mentioned last time about that there'll be a lot of changes and a lot of people are no longer with us. Therefore, there's something that we're calling security entitlement. Entitlements are things it's like you give permission to your task, whatever your task is. You are entitled only to that particular section of work that you are doing. So this is to prevent internal threats in the house. So those ones are going to take, Ash is going to put them in place so that when you have entitlement to work, let's say you are there only to perform HR job, you do your own task and they'll break the HR department in various sections. Then you have that entitlement or permission to do only that particular task that you are doing. So that in case anything happens, they can track whoever is. And there'll be a lot of other trainings also within the company to make sure that you are sure of what you are doing. And there are also tools inside our internal system that is going to track a lot of internal people, what they are doing, to see that they should not give them those entitlements that they can do somebody else, perform somebody else task. So that is number one. Again, when it comes to our general security also, we know how our CEO is so particular about security. There'll be nothing, and since we've gained our database and we've recovered all the source code 100%, there'll be that transit when data are moving from one position to the other. TLS, it will be secure. We don't say 100% secure, but it's also going to be secured. So we should not panic. Again, like Vincent is a database person, all the data that are going to be stored within our prems is also going to be addressed, is going to be secured also. So we should not, we are fine in all that level. Again in compliance, all the compliance that we went through all through then is going to come, since we recover everything 100%, is going to come within it. So these are things that we are supposed to celebrate, because this is big. Because that was also my worry. Because for us to go start again from scratch, from zero. Yes, we have everything, but that time that we are going to take to build it again, it's going to be then building. Then as you build, you make sure you secure, you make sure you put the security measures also intact. So this call for celebration, and we should conquer our fear. We should not fear about anything. We should rally behind our CEO and make sure that he has that. You know, like when he talked yesterday to us at Omino and Ron, you know, you see that he like all of us, we have our own personal issues. We have our own personal issues. Like when he talked yesterday, I pity him. He's going through personal family issues. He's going through unpassive issue, and he's looking at us. So he has something like a wall in front of him, you know, that he has to penetrate. So please, we should really be happy, and we should also make sure that we give him that courage. You know, there's this song, Courage Brother, Do Not Stumble. You know, we should give him that courage so that he should able to like tackle everything with wisdom, and carry it along. Again, our security is perfect. He has put things in place. Those who were not supposed to be where they were supposed to be are all out. And now we are coming in with a fresh slate and a fresh environment that everything will be fresh. Our security will be good, and perfectly like he said that is the changes is we are going to have positive changes that are coming. So we should celebrate and we should take it along, and we should rally behind him, give him that courage for him to carry along. Uncle Bob, thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, my brother Oliver. Yes, you know, I'll just continue from where Oliver left off. You know, an insider threat is every company's now. It can happen to any company, just so we know. It can happen to any company. It's one of every company's nightmare. Remember, Mr. Ash is telling us that it's a deliberate attempt to stall us, to obstruct, and you know, they are not only affecting him, they're affecting us, all of us as the founders. You can do everything that is required. You follow the security policies. Let's start from the HR, from your human resource management side. You can do what it takes. Do your background checks, verification of credentials, and you know, criminal background checks. You can do everything, signing of the non-disclosure agreement. You can do everything, but you don't know what is inside anybody's heart. That is where the problem lies, you know. So, but the deal there is to how you put those safeguards and countermeasures, where in a situation like this, you can respond. And that's what Mr. Ash is doing, that is responding. In terms of the source code, they are going to they have retrieved 100% of the code, but they have to check, you know, so they have to do what they call static test and analysis. They have to go through, it's millions and imagine millions and millions of lines of code. They're going to have to run through it to test static text analysis. They're going to do that, and dynamic test analysis, which is running vulnerability scanning throughout the entire system to see if because these people who did this, they can leave 1 or 2 bugs here and there, you see. So from a security perspective, they're going to do both static and dynamic test analysis just to make sure everything is fine. From the data side, like my brother Wilson said, now access control, they have to do what we call advanced segregation of duties. What Oliver was just saying. You know, you identify, you mitigate, and you resolve conflict. Somebody cannot have too many privileges in the system, no. You know, and then you do your management of access management. You know, now you authorize what they have, the privileges that they have. I think they have this principle. You know, let me not go technical, but they have to go back and look at everything. Look at the security controls that are within the database moving forward. Looking at all the restrictions, the settings, and things like that. So all that is going to be taking place as we speak, you know. So, but overall, just having us here, because one of the things that I dove my heart to Mr. Ash was, since when we had the first instance, when we launched last September, the system crashed and it came back up. That told me that they had a robust contingency plan and disaster recovery in place. And we see that it has taken time, but this one was more severe. So they have executed that flawlessly, and now we are back to where we were on June 24th or 26th, whatever it is. So now we are going to come and start from that point without losing one line of code. That calls for applause to our founder, his steady hand, our all the employees that are left that are still working, and the new breed that are coming with the same vision that we have. So it really calls for celebration. Let's call for our brother Engineer Mike. Engineer Mike is also in the industry, very intellectually curious guy, I might say. So we would like you to also give us your perspective, what you see in simple terms, what you see, what this means, what's the implication of us having our source code 100% and also our data all intact moving forward. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Uncle Bob. Thank you, my big brothers. We're so excited with the news. One thing I want to say, when you say about the source code and all of that, people like, thank you, my brother Vincent and Collins, to Uncle Oliver, Uncle Bob, for breaking it down for us, and our brother Serge. So we should also remember that our system is automated. So if our source code and our scripts are corrupted, then maybe we'll go back to the manual system, right? Which is something that we have passed that so many years ago. And Mr. Mufare built our company to be automated. So if we don't have this source code and we don't have our scripts to run them up, it means we're going back to the automation. I just wanted us to look at it this way, right? Our brother Vincent really explained the data recovery thing to us. Let's remember that our data can be stored in things, devices like our USB stick, our memory cards, and also the SSD, right, that we have, and also our servers, right? Now, how does this happen? It can just happen when there's a deletion, right? Like accidentally deletion of data, hardware failure as well, then software issues. It can also be a physical damage on our storage device, okay? So this is what is causing so that we have to recover the data. Now we have four specifically process in what we all that we will be talking about, the data recovery. They have to assess it, right? There should be assessed to determine the extent of the data loss that we had, right? The second thing they have to do is to do the data analysis, like Uncle Bob is saying, to scan all the storages to see what is recoverable in those devices. That's the data analysis now, to scan, right? Then the third one is the recovery, right? To extract and restore any data that can be usable again, right? Anyone that is in a usable state, we can recover those ones. Then the fourth aspect is to verify. To ensure that the recovered data is intact and usable. Those are the things the steps that are involved in the process of data recovery. Then this data recovery can be done, let me say, if it is less severe, it can just be done by a software, or if it is more severe, it can be used by a specialized service, or services like complex cases which involves physical damage and extensive corruption. So in all of this that we're just saying is the joy that we have in us to know that we are not going to start from scratch. Like Uncle Oliver says, we are not starting from scratch. We have something to build on, as our brother Collins told us. We have something to build on to continue. We should also remember that our CEO told us that in OnPassive, he has a plan A, B, C, D, right? So that if we want to use plan A and there is a shortcoming, we go to plan B and plan C. So we are in a good position. We are in a good shape. We just want to say thank you to him for doing all of what he's doing to us. He's a human being like all of us here. We just say thank you, Mr. Mufare, for all your efforts. Uncle Bob, that is what I have to contribute. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Michael. Thank you. So I'm glad we have a businessman here among us, Mr. Peter Rogers. Let's look at it now from a business perspective. So Peter has his shop, he's doing well, he has his shop, and then for some reason there's a disaster and you have to shut down for some few days. Nothing, you cannot sell, you cannot open your shop, you can't sell any of your items that you have. You think that maybe you've lost some items, you don't even know everything is there. And then one day, you bring in some experts, they tell you, oh no, Peter, hey, we've looked at it, we've calculated everything, we've been able to recover everything. And here it is. From the day that you shut your store till today, we have everything intact. I want us, Peter, to look at it from that perspective, because this is real life example. So you have this now, they come now and they tell you that this is what is happening. How will you feel? What is your reaction to hearing that kind of news?
You know, it's great information that's been given out here today by you guys. You know, obviously it's opened my eyes up to realize what it's all about, really. Obviously referring to my business. You know, if you know, it's like me opening my shop and I've got a shop full of stock, then overnight my stock disappears. It gets taken. I open the shop the following day and I've got no stock to sell. Basically, that's really what's happened to OnPassive in a way. You know, their data got stolen, the source codes and all that. Well, I don't know why it got stolen. I mean, obviously got misplaced. But you know, obviously with OnPassive, that's it's their products. It's their new unique products to them, to OnPassive. If the data gets mislaid or the source code, they lose the source code, got no business. It's the same with me or my shop. If I've got no stock in my shop, or if I've got bad management, you know, it's done on my shop. You know, I have to order on a weekly basis, and you know, and it's thousands and thousands of pounds of stock that I have to order, and that's down to me and, you know, 3 of my staff to order. Now, you know, sometimes we make mistakes, but we have to be on top of it all the time. And if there is a mistake done and we're short on that stock, basically the business is losing business over that next week unless I can get source the stock from elsewhere. So, you know, every business has issues, you know, when it comes down to mislaid information and mislaid stock. You know, going back to OnPassive, I really want to say about what you guys have just said. It's just to really open my eyes up to understand about all this information. You know, OnPassive we've all been involved, you know, over 6 years, nearly just over 6 years, coming up to 7 years, some of us. And, you know, this has been Ash's dream for many years before OnPassive was thought of. And, you know, all that information, just thinking of all that information over those 6 years disappeared. Just think of that. All that work that's been done and developed by key people within the business of OnPassive just disappeared. I mean, that is going to be one big damage to the business, is no doubt. And I've got to take my hat off to all the people that's been working, you know, with Ash and his team, getting all this information back, getting this data back, getting all the source codes back. That is absolutely one tremendous achievement to me, to get all that information back. It is, you know, I'll take my hat off to Ash. You know, he's doing this for us. He's doing it for the people, doing it for the foundership. Okay. And, you know, he's put his whole life into this, and his family has as well, you know, and, you know, I'm excited about what he said on Thursday. You know, it was obviously great news, but listening to what you guys have said has made it more important, and how important it is to OnPassive that we are where we are. And now we've got the information back. We're back to where we were back in June 23rd or wherever it was. You know, once we obviously get going again, we're going to be back where we were, and then we're going to be moving forward then to the next step. And that is absolutely tremendous news for everybody. You know, you've got to realize how big this is. It's, you know, we've had a setback for 3 months, but we are back to where we were, and we're moving forward, and we are going to have the life, you know, it's just going to be fantastic. I'm looking forward to moving forward with it all. So anyway, that's all I want to say.
Yep.
Thank you very much for letting me say a few words. Okay.
Thank you, Peter. So you saw it from the businessman's perspective and then from someone who's been with us for almost 6 years. Thank you so much, Peter. Now I'm going to call on my sister Comfort. I know you can put this as layman as possibly can. Okay. So I just want your reaction. What you hear that we have recovered everything, 100% data, code. Don't even worry about, just hear that we have recovered everything. What do you feel? What is your immediate reaction? Just simple. And then I'll give it to Marcien as well. Then we'll do a round tour to close it up.
Right. I think it's such a sigh of relief, you know. One thing, again, we just know we're going to get there. But then when we listen to people, like listen to the likes of you who have an idea, I just want to first quickly thank you guys for putting it really simple. Thank you, Serge. That was just excellent, because even aunties and uncles understood you, every word and how you put it. So simple. That is what is keeping it going. So I was just like, oh my God. But then not until you listen to this breakdown, you know, you can't get it. That's why we even encourage people, come back and get it from other perspectives. So this is something that, because sometimes my worry was about Ash as the CEO, you know, because everybody worries. Collins is worrying because he made people join after him. They say, you got us join something which is not happening. How many million of people are looking up to Ash? But not until you bring it to perspective to the real thing that we need to know. That's when it's such an eye-opener, like Peter Rogers is saying. So everybody is like, what is happening? What just happened? You know, so it's just crazy. And I think that this is such a milestone. And I believe that, as the saying goes, that what doesn't kill you only makes you stronger. What I know is how much Ash has learned, how much the staff themselves have learned, the technical team. If you can't hear me, somebody's calling me right now. So how much everybody has learned, even us, everybody, whatever you were sharing with people, everybody is being careful now. The education we're getting here is priceless. And we know, I feel even more firm, I feel more proud of myself that I'm in this. And I feel so proud of Ash, like Peter Rogers says, every day. And the question keeps asking, how do they do this? Because when you listen, what would have happened? Who would have been explaining this, and who would have accepted? Given how you guys broke it down, like Serge would say, if this whole thing was lost, they have to start it all afresh. How long, you know, those who started in 2018, and who started, you know, incubating this dream from years back and saw it happen, and then somebody snatches it up of him, then it cannot just happen. All goes back the glory to God, because however it happens, thanks be to God, his humility wins the whole prize, because he's just like, God, you are in control. And this thing has to go where you want it to go. It's not me. And it's going there. So it's such a relief. There's vindication, there's joy, there's celebration. And so let's just celebrate, guys, and keep on keeping on. Let's listen to this. Let's encourage people to watch this recording. This session is quite important. Thank you, guys, for everything. Thank you.
Thank you, my sister Comfort. Thank you. Well said. And then we'll move straight to your other sister, Marcien. I don't know if you want to speak in French or in English, but whichever you want, if you want to reach out to the French community, but just give us your own perspective too, just in layman, what you understand, what is the impact of what Mr. Ash told you, what you heard, that we have recovered everything and we are going to open back as we were on June 24th.
Thank you, Uncle Bob. Hello, everyone. And I think I'm going to speak basically in French so that the French community will get it just like I did. And bonjour, bonsoir à tout le monde. Et je suis très ravi d'être ici ce soir parmi les OTECH Pro, parce qu'après les avoir écoutés et écouter ce que notre PDG a dit hier, ça me donne encore plus d'éclaircissement. J'étais très ravie, très contente, mais je n'avais pas vraiment compris jusqu'à quel niveau ce que notre PDG nous a dit jeudi était aussi utile. Et puis, je vais parler ça dans la forme d'une maman, parce que je me suis dit, je ne connais pas la technologie, mais au moins, quand vous avez quelqu'un qui part faire la course, Et puis, chaque jour, il vous dit, je vais courir, je m'en vais courir, je vais faire la course, je vais gagner. Qu'est-ce que vous faites? La seule chose que vous pouvez faire, c'est partir rester en bordure de la route. Et quand cette personne passe, vous acclamez et vous lui donnez de l'eau. Parce que ça se passe tous les temps. Les champions, les courses qu'on fait dans les courses de championship tous les années, les gens courent, quand ils courent, ils passent, vous les donnez de l'eau. Alors, je n'avais pas compris à quelle instance notre PDG était sur la ligne rouge. C'est-à-dire, il voulait à tout prix gagner, mais il y avait des gens qui avaient pris toute l'énergie qu'il avait. Toute l'énergie qu'il avait parce que le dette et puis tout ce que les OTECH Pro a expliqué et Serge nous a bien expliqué, c'est tout ce qu'il avait comme énergie. Donc, ils avaient pris toute son énergie. Mais malheureusement pour eux, nous, on était là pour acclamer après lui et lui donner de l'eau à chaque fois qu'il passait dans un chemin. On lui dit, continue, nous sommes avec toi, continue, nous sommes avec toi. Ça, c'est la force de l'Éternel. Et je peux dire, cette force de l'Éternel n'a pas dormi. Parce que imaginez-vous que ces données ont été perdues. Qui devait un jour croire ce que notre PDG va nous dire après? Beaucoup de gens vont lui trouver pour un bluff. Les gens vont dire, il raconte du n'importe quoi. Mais aujourd'hui, quand je l'ai vu parler, il l'a souhaité comme ça et mettre par terre. C'est là où j'ai compris que vraiment, le gars, notre PDG, était assis sur une chaise vraiment chaude. Toute son énergie, on avait récupéré son énergie à lui. Mais malheureusement pour ces gens-là, comme j'ai dit, ils ont oublié que derrière lui, il y avait des millions de personnes. Que pendant qu'ils essayaient d'enlever d'un côté les prières, les enchantements, tout ce qu'on avait, ça ne faisait que lui donner de l'énergie. Et à la fin de la journée, il a retrouvé toute son énergie et aujourd'hui, il se trouve à la ligne première. Donc, nous avons déjà gagné. Parce que là où on se trouve maintenant, il n'y a plus rien à faire, il n'y a pas de retour. Tout ce qu'on doit faire maintenant, c'est de s'asseoir et boire le reste de l'eau avec lui et ensemble sur une grande table et célébrer. Je crois que c'est ce que je peux dire ce soir. Merci beaucoup.
Eh oui, bien sûr, Madame Massienne, bien sûr. Grand merci. So now we're just going to go around, get our 1 minute or one first sentence or phrase parting comments. Any words of inspiration or motivation from anyone or any parting words? We'll start with Vincent. I see you from my left hand, so we'll just go around.
Okay,
So,
thank
Brother
you. Thanks. I
Vincent.
would like to take opportunity also to thank everyone in this panel for the great job today. So thank you all for this great job. So to end, I would like also to thank you, Mr. Ash, for putting business continuity for us. When I say for us, I'm talking about on passive. So this is the business opportunity, business continuity. So what this business opportunity is for, the business opportunity continuity is the backup and also disaster recovery system that Mr. Ash put in place. That's why today we're able to recover all the source code and the database 100%. So thank him again for thinking about this greater information and then greater innovation. Thank you, Mr. Ash. Thank you for the good job.
Thank you, my brother. That's it. We told you he's focused, he's steady, and he's prepared. And we can see how he's advancing the ball 1 yard at a time. Over to you, my brother Sesh. Sentence, phrase, anything encouraging before we go today.
Oui, personnellement, j'aimerais vraiment remercier H parce qu'il a montré qu'il est un grand homme. Et comme on vient de l'expliquer tous, c'était une situation très, très critique. Soit toutes les données étaient perdues et puis on abandonnait complètement l'entreprise, ou bien voilà, on allait recommencer à zéro tout ce travail-là, ce qui allait durer peut-être 5 à 6 ans encore. Et vous voyez, H n'a jamais, dans tout ça, donc c'était vraiment quelque chose de très sérieux. Mais H n'a jamais montré un découragement sur son visage. Chaque fois qu'il est sorti, c'était avec le sourire. Et voilà, souvent, voilà, il taquinait les autres, tout et tout. Mais au fond, c'était quelque chose de très grave qui se passait. Donc, sincèrement, il a montré qu'il est un grand homme. Et je pense que c'est un bel exemple pour nous, quelle que soit la situation que nous traversons. Nous devons avoir confiance et puis être toujours dans la joie, être toujours positif. Merci.
Amen. Yep. He's an incredible guy. With everything else that was going on behind the scenes, he comes forward and he looks at us in the face and encourages us. That's what Serge is saying. Over to my brother Oliver.
Yeah, I really want to thank our CEO, Mr. Ash Mufara, that with his dreams, he has also secured our dreams. And we should also know that our dreams are the blueprint of our destiny. So I give him a hand of applause. Somebody that is open, courageous, and despite all the nuts, despite all the challenges and the difficulties, he still come out and put out a good face and smiling with us. But when he told us on Wednesday, that Wednesday was the most happiest day in his life, because we recovered 100% our database and the source code. So we should be jubilating. I don't know about you, about any other person, but I, for one, that day was the best day of my life. Because things were going on behind the scene. He didn't really come out to show kind of a face. He was still courageous to talk to us. He didn't want to discourage us. So our dreams are now, he has secured that dreams for us, and now we should take it and run away with it when the time comes. Thank you.
Yep, you got him right, my brother. Our dream is alive. We'll keep our hope alive. Over to you, Mr. Peter Rogers. Something for us to part with.
We're back. We're ready to go. Lots of things are going to happen in the next 30 days. It could be before. We did say it could be before. A lot of things happening in the next 30 days. I'm excited. Everybody should be excited. I take my hat off to Ash and his team. They've done a lot of work, and Ash has been really cool about it. He hasn't worried us. He's given us inspiration to move on. And, and Ash has had all this on his shoulders, in the background. And he's not shared any of it really with us. But he came in on Thursday. He was positive. You could see he was happy. And he said, things are going to happen in the next 30 days. Look forward to the next 30 days.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, Pete. Engineer Mike, are you ready? Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself.
Yes, Uncle Bob, thank you. Yes, thank you, everybody. Yeah, we should just say thank you to our CEO for what he's been doing to us. But again, that question, are we ready? So being ready is like when we go into the next phase of this journey, nobody will be there to babysit you. I will not babysit nobody, because this is the time that we should make everything right. How do we make things right? Go to those old email addresses. We've been saying this over and over for my brother Collins. Go check in to see if those alternative email addresses are working. Go and log in, because when we are coming back, there will be no turning back. We're going forward, and the speed will be so fast. So please go and set up everything so that you will not be calling us. Okay, we are going on a journey, and we are happy to be in that journey. We will not be going back to check on people anymore. Please go and check those alternative email addresses to see that they are working, so that when the systems come up, we'll be able to log in and we'll move on, all of us in the same space, right? Thank you, sir.
Amen. Thank you, Engineer Mike. Yep. Are we ready? Are we ready? Sister Marcienne. MO, continuez.
Yeah. Le seul que je peux dire ce soir, c'est que nous devions continuer avec l'allure de notre PDG. Déjà que nous le remercions pour tout ce qu'il a enduré pour nous, parce qu'il fait ça pour nous. Si ce n'était que pour lui et sa famille, il ne serait pas en train de se déranger. Il a assez pour lui et sa famille. Donc, nous le remercions déjà pour tout ce qu'il se donne tous les soirs, toutes les nuits. Et aussi, hier, il nous a dit qu'il a perdu son neveu, dont nous lui souhaitons nos condoléances les plus attristées. C'est autant de choses que lui aussi, il va dans sa famille comme nous tous, mais il prend le temps pour nous, pas pour lui-même. Donc, vraiment, soyons conscients et sachons que on passif est ici pour rester. On passif, c'est notre avenir. Donc, rappelez-vous chaque fois que vous allez à un webinaire où chaque fois que vous parlez de on passif, rappelez-vous le pourquoi vous êtes en passif, le pourquoi vous êtes arrivé le premier jour, le pourquoi vous suivez M. H. Boufara. Merci beaucoup et bonne soirée à tous.
Grand merci, ma sœur, ma sienne. And I will go to the man from heaven, Mr. Collins Manner.
Thank you, Bob. I just want to thank everyone here. You know, what I would just want to conclude is just the show is let's remember that the world is going digital. And the world is going fast. No matter what we say, no matter what people think about on passive, the world is going fast. The time is coming where we will not be thinking about manual stuff like the way Engineer Mike said. So why is source code and database so important? Some people will say, oh, is it on passive who is making this story? Every company, IT company on this planet Earth has source code. Their backbone is their source code and their data. They go hand in hand. No source code, no business. No database, no business. You just have an empty house with name, but there is nothing like Peter Richards will have an empty rented house, no product to sell. So our source code is our product. That's it. In a layman way, our source code is our product. And the product must have data, information, because the source code is a human readable system where human beings interact with it. And what are they putting in? They are feeding information, and that information is going to database. Every function must have a database call. Whether we like it or not, those who said, on passive is making it up. If I snatch it out of you, you have empty house. There is just nothing. If we inject something in the database, destroy it, corrupt it, there is no information. And do you know what will happen? The world will go bonkers. Let's remember what happened just a short while ago, 2 months or 3 months, when there was this crisis, the biggest internet shakeup. Plane couldn't fly. Things were happening. The hospital was shut down, and all of this, they were like controlling a lot of stuff all over the globe. That's just to tell us that these people are humans. Security. My brother, they talk about security. On passive has secured 100% of the gold. Our gold or our diamond is our source code and our database. It's not the house in Hyderabad. It is not the Burj Khalifa. Nothing. It is the source code and the data. And when we secure it, you can even take it even to graveyard. You will still have a business. You can take it even to a mud house in Africa. You have a business. You can use it there and control the whole world. Let us remember that this is our diamond, and I'm so excited that that diamond is back, where I can log in and I can see all what my information and everything is there intact. Like Shay said, if you delete one side, delete comfort will go in. Where is my this? There is nothing, and nobody will even realize. Ash cannot confirm because there is nothing, no retrieving. But thank God that everything is there and it's intact. And I will say our diamond is back. Take the house out, we can still operate from everywhere. So I'll thank you, my brother. Thank you, all those who will be here with us.
Well said, Collins. Thank you so much. And we go to the main lady, Sister Comfort. Final parting words, please.
Thank you, bro. Thanks so much. So I just appreciate you once again, dear brothers, and all the things that you are doing. Thank you, Peter Rogers, for adding your perspectives, because sometimes if we don't understand the OTECH Pro, when you bring it from that angle, somebody picks at least something to take home. So guys, whoever is watching this video, this is information for free. This is so much knowledge. Make sure to share, encourage people to listen. You don't need to understand all of these things they are saying. You just need to know that this is the magnitude of what we were at the point of losing, and we have it back. You just need to understand that that is what we have been waiting for. That is what made us to carry one way. This is what has been causing the twists. So that's all you need to know. Don't go and find out what source code is. Don't even go and look for it. Go, you see the teacher. I don't want to see it. I don't want to know. How much I've got from here is enough. But then now I know I'm sweating because I'm like, God, this is how bad it was, you know? So when Ash comes and just gives it to us on a straight face, just sitting like me here and say, you think that it's just like this, but it's not like that until you listen to these guys. Let's share this information, encourage people to watch. Come back tomorrow for the Heroes webinar at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's continue this because it's not business as usual. Level don't change. We are now at a different level. Thank you, guys. Love you all so much. I really appreciate you. Thank you.
Amen. Amen, my sister Comfort. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the plug-in to Heroes Tomorrow. I think most of us here on this, we are also at the Heroes Tomorrow, so we'll talk some more. So for me, it's been a very exciting week. Listening to Mr. Ash, how relaxed he was, how happy he seemed, and then uttering those words, having recovered everything, our source code and our data, like my brothers have already well eloquently put. He says that we have that. Once we come on in the next few days or more, 30 days max or less, then we are moving to the next phase. So when we come back up, to me, I think we can now rightfully say this is the beginning of the greatest shapes of our lives, as Mr. Ash have said. So with that, I'm going to say thank you for tuning in. We'll see you again in 2 weeks. That is the OTECH Pros, Roundtables, OTECH Pros, and the founders around the world. Thank you so much. God bless.
Good job, guys. Thank you.
It's still streaming. We can't stop it. So
What?
Please.
Colin,
okay, good.
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 Yeah.
Comfort, I like your last. Comfort, I like your last sentence.
Yeah.
What was it? Moment. We're still live. What was my last?
No, we're not.
Custom
No,
live
okay.
streaming service.
No, it
Moment.
stopped. It stopped.
What
we
was
are
my
not
last?
like-
What was my
Level
last
don't
sentence?
We are not
level
doing
don't
Level don't change.
Level don't
Level don't
change.
change.
Level don't
Level don't
change.
change.
Yes. Man with
Let me-
level.
Let me
Oh,
check.
we
Let me check
we're at a
first.
different level now.
Yeah.
Now the woman on the talk them. That
Mona-
level don't
uh,
change. No trailer
yes.
talk me.
Moni's just said we're still live.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what I'm
we're still
saying.
live?
Because it's
I'm
showing
stopping
that we're
now.
live. Yeah.
No.
I think Mido, okay,
No,
Collins has to do
it is
that.
Yeah,
If
it's
it
still
is
like
green,
so. Quellis
if it
needs
is
to do
green,
something.
it means we are live.
It's
There's no
live.
green.
Let me see.
Moment.
I think I've stopped it.
Yeah, it should be
Custom
green.
live.
No,
It
he
means
said
we are
It's still
stop.
showing live. It's still showing live
I
streaming.
hear recording stuff.